Lazy Bone, Crazy Bone, Busy Bone, Wishbone, Flesh and Bone, Bone Thugs and Harmony. One of the biggest trend-setting groups ever in hip-hop. Let's get Bone Thugs and Harmony their roses. Bone Thugs and Harmony came on the scenes as Bone Enterprises back in 1993 with their first project, Faces of Death. From the jump, you can see Bone's unique style. You never heard this style of rapping with harmonies in the style of Earth, Wind, and Fire. After signing Bone, Eazy-E wanted to call them Thugs and Harmony, but it was decided to combine the Bone with Thugs and Harmony.
We're not against rap. We're not against rappers. But we are against those thugs.
Where were you when you first heard Thuggish Ruggish Bone? The West Coast sound of DJ Unique with Satasha Williams singing on the hook set the stage for Lazy Bone to wow virgin ears to a style that will be inspiring to artists for years to come.
You feeling the strip for the rump, step bump, hit a bump, get a jump at the dust, this feel just be thuggin', straight buzzin', loving your peoples, cause we so real, chill.
Wish, Crazy, and Busy would continue the lyrical onslaught. Bone followed that up with their second single featuring Eazy-E himself, For the Love of Money. The debut EP, Creeping on the Come Up, has sold over 4 million copies and pushed Bone to hurry up and ready a follow-up album. Creeping on the Come Up was sonically raw with tales from their neighborhood that they grew up in, as well as the continuous grind for money and their love for the Ouija board.
It's 1999.
East 1999 Eternal would be a full-length album and is easily regarded as a classic with anyone in hip-hop with half a brain cell. The title pays tribute to the neighborhood that they grew up in at the intersection of East 99th Street and St. Clair Avenue. The album was released 4 months after their mentor Eazy-E would pass away from the AIDS virus. Out the gate, Bone Thugs was smoking hot. First of the Month became a payday and food stamp anthem to those that could relate. Most radio stations to this day tend to slide the record in every first of the month. We have Bud Smokers Only and Buddha Lover, 2 weed records, something that will become a staple on Bone Thug albums. DJ Unique's production fit Bone Thug's style like a glove. R&B samples, hardcore beats, and relaxing instrumentals was the perfect backdrop for Bone's complex flows and harmonies. The next single will be East 1999. This record was a lot harder than its counterparts. The next follow-up single would end up being one of the biggest records ever in hip-hop, Crossroads. The Crossroads was originally a dedication to their friend Wallace Wally Laird III, who passed away. After the passing of Eazy, they did another version. The song spent 8 weeks at #1 on the Billboard charts and could be heard everywhere. Bone Thugs and Harmony had become superstars with the success of the album and the record. The music video was an event. It opened with R&B group Trey from Mo Thug Records singing Mary Don't You Weep. We follow a man dressed in all black perceived to be a reaper throughout the video who's taking souls to a mountain who is eventually revealed to be an angel. This video will give you chills. The song helped rocket their album sales past 4 million sold in the US and much more worldwide. How do you follow up such an amazing album? Bone Thugs did it by releasing a double album, The Art of War, with one of the songs leading the Batman and Robin soundtrack, Look Into My Eyes.
Look into my eyes and tell me what it is you see into my eyes.
Fresh off with a feature with the recently slain rapper The Notorious B.I.G., Bone also had a feature loaded up with Tupac as well. Bone Thugs and Harmony is the only rap group that has a song with Tupac, Biggie, and Big Pun while they were living. The new album seen Bone exploring a wider variety of topics. On The Art of War, Bone Thugs confronted copycats, haters, family, God and the youth, gave us some solo records, and a lot of that thug shit that we were looking for. The album was well received, selling over 4 million copies and landing at #1 on the charts again. The want for more Bone Thugs music resulted in some very successful solo albums. First up was Flesh and Bone with THUG, Truths Humbly United Gathering Souls, followed by Busy Bone with Heaven's Movie, Crazy Bone with a double album called Thug Mentality, then Lazy Bone under his alter ego L Burner called Thug by Nature. After the release of Art of War, it was almost 3 years before we got another proper Bone Thugs album. The new album was called Btnh Resurrection. This was the first album without DJ Unique handling the bulk of the production, as well as all members not being on most of the songs. This album spawned some more favorites: Ecstasy, The Weed Song, Resurrection Paper Paper, as well as Change the World land on fans' list of favorable Bone songs frequently. A few more solo albums follow with the new Bone album more than 2 years later called Thug World Order. DJ Unique handled half of the production on the new album. Money Money was the lead single, with Home featuring Phil Collins having a lot of success overseas. Bone would finally leave Ruthless Records and drop the album Thug Stories. A year later, they were signed with Swiss Beats Full Surface Records and put out Strength and Loyalty with 3 members: Crazy Bone, Lazy Bone, and Wishbone. The album had a great run with I Tried featuring Akon and A Little Love with frequent collaborator Mariah Carey, Jermaine Dupri, and Bow Wow. After a decade, Bone was finally 5 again with a new album called Uni 5, The World's Enemy. The album was a different vibe for Bone Thugs, with them adding to their diverse discography. The song Rebirth, See Me Shine, and Meet Me in the Sky all had music videos and are all loved by fans. Outside of Bone Thugs and Harmony albums, they have had a lot of success with solo albums, features, and compilations. Days of Our Lives is regarded as one of their best records from the Set It Off soundtrack. Breakdown with Mariah Carey was the start of a productive relationship, with Mariah emulating the Bone flow in her singing from then on out. Everybody knows about Notorious Thugs featuring the Notorious B.I.G. and Thug Love featuring Tupac. Crazy Bone features like Spit Your Game by the Notorious B.I.G. and Twista, Riding Dirty with Chamillionaire, I Don't Give Up by Lil Jon, and Until We Rich with Ice Cube are universally loved records. Busy Bone has had some great features with IMX, Puff Daddy, Little Flip, and many others. The Mo Thug Family Scriptures album showed Bone's love for the city by putting everybody that they knew on. Soulja Boy, Trey, Felicia, Poetic Cusses, Graveyard Shift, Too True, Thug Queen, they were all favorites from fans of the movement. Mo Thug spawned the hits Thug Devotion, All Good, Ghetto Cowboy, and This Ain't Living, all featuring Bone members. Bone Thugs and Harmony is one of the most influential groups in hip-hop ever. When they came out, they changed the game, adding the harmonies to the rapid flow. With no Bone Thugs and Harmony, we don't have artists like Kid Cudi, Ja Rule, Nelly, Migos, Travis Scott, and many other artists. Bone Thugs put Cleveland on the map and are 5 of the best to ever do it. This is Dame Diddy giving Bone Thugs and Harmony their roses.